Welcome to Film My Watchlist. My name is Richard Keeney. A modern-day Sergio Leone western set against the backdrop of the mountainous Indonesian countryside. Today I'm reviewing the stylish Marlina the Murderer in 4 acts. Marlina the Murderer follows the eponymous Marlina, who, recently widowed, has to ward off a gang of intruders to her secluded rural home that arrive with the intention of raping her and stealing her livestock. What the men don't realise, however, is that Marlina has no intention of letting that happen. Upon murdering the leader of the gang, she sets out to report her incident to the police, with his head as proof of her righteous vengeance. The setting of the Indonesian countryside is strangely perfect for the western style and narrative tropes chosen to tell the film's story. Stunningly shot vistas show off a beautiful yet desolate landscape where Marlina's loneliness is compounded and her determination all the more strongly felt. The style and use of violence seem almost Tarantino-like on the surface, but the film has its very own unique cinematic language that, along with its harsh realism, regularly dips into surreal and humorous asides. The film drips with atmosphere while maintaining a brisk 93-minute runtime. Its minimalist plot allows us to linger evocatively in the stunning scenery and Marsha Timothy's silently powerful central performance, whilst never dragging unduly. The cinematography by Eunice Pasolang is absolutely stunning and works wonders in selling tone and the aforementioned intoxicating atmosphere. One shot in which Marlina watched herself in a beachside shower cubicle silhouetted by the setting sun is affectingly resonant within the progression of the story, whilst also being beautifully rendered. The score by Yoti Arfani and Zeke Kalisi is excellent and more than befitting of this Leone style, showcasing the kind of power and alluring tones that Ennio Morricone always brought to those spaghetti westerns. Further reminiscent of the likes of Leone's Man with a Harmonica, the film's main antagonist even carries with him a traditional instrument with which he plucks out his own ominous theme tune that haunts Marlina throughout. Marsha Timothy is commanding in her portrayal of Marlina, a strong woman attempting to survive alone in this harsh landscape, whilst mourning personal losses within her family that she can't drive from her thoughts. The cast of characters ranging from despicable bandits to quirky country folk bring the location to life, with Novi, played by Dea Penandra, and no-nonsense pregnant friend of Marlina's being the real standout in a strong supporting cast. Both of these women carry the themes of female empowerment and breaking free of the constraints set upon them by society, with what seems like ease due to their charisma and powerful screen presence. The antagonistic Marcus, who arrives at Marlina's mountaintop ranch in the film's opening sequence, a villainous modern-day outlaw riding a dirt bike instead of a horse, is imposing and quietly menacing. The young men that set out to avenge his death, all the more unforgiving and brutal in their violent retributions when hunting down his killer Marlina. Along with Novi's uncaringly brash husband and the lethargic incompetence of the authorities, these men represent a social order where women are seen as possessions, oppressed and utterly underestimated. In one scene, young boys playing soccer are effectively juxtaposed with a young girl who serves Marlina in a restaurant next door. Women are seen for their physical worth, what work they can do, how they can satisfy men. This notion is counteracted terrifically by the women at the story's centre. These two women grapple with their inability to give birth, to satisfy their husbands. Yet in the end, this painful frustration makes them stronger, fiercer rivals to the men who terrorise them. Marlina the Murderer could certainly be accused of being somewhat simple plot-wise, but these keenly felt character arcs elevate it, making the film a well-rounded and cathartic viewing experience. Writer-director Muli Surya has achieved something quite poignant in her humanistic approach to Marlina the Murderer, whilst incorporating the stylistic aspects of the western genre with aplomb. She creates suspense and dread with cinematic flair, whilst making us care deeply for their characters. The director even humanises the antagonists. We empathise with them while we fear their intentions towards Marlina. Marlina the Murderer in 4 acts isn't a perfect film, but it's an exciting, well-acted and beautifully made one. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. It's certainly worth seeking out for fans of the western genre and Asian cinema. Looking for a new movie site? Check out our creative partner MovieBabbleReviews.com, where you can find an array of reviews, articles and other movie discussion to sink your teeth into. If you want to donate to Film My Watchlist and help improve the quality and frequency of our uploads, check out the link to our Patreon in the description below. Finally, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to subscribe and check out our other content. Thanks very much for watching.